Welcome, friends. Today I want to share with you the way I decorate for fall. First, I change out my stems, floral arrangements, and make sure that they all have a fall feel to them. Change out my spring and summer flowers to perhaps leaves and berries. Then I also change out my pillows and throws to colors that reflect fall. Another thing I change is my artwork. I like to take down the paintings that I have of the ocean and put up paintings of fall leaves and landscapes of fall. I also like to change out my candles. I like to put out candles with fall scent that smell rich and yummy and also earthy for the fall, as well as the colors of my candles. My tapers I change from a cream to maybe a burnt orange or rust color, so that whenever I walk into my home, I can just enjoy and feel the sense of fall. Another item I always use in my decorating is books. So I go through and I change out books with summer titles and colors of the ocean to colors of pumpkins and fall leaves. I'm going to take you around and show you how I change out the artwork, the stems, the candles, and pillows and throws, and books. Here's the fireplace. On the hearth and mantle, taken away the seashells, added fall art. Here's a painting I did of just some countryside with fall trees. There's the pumpkin that I made, the huge one, orange one that is out of applesauce and cinnamon, like I showed you in a previous video. And over here, I just have a little collection of pumpkins. Here I have some fall stems and feathers. Feathers always remind me of fall too. And there's that thrifted candlestick that we put the rub and buff on earlier in a video. I always like to add antiques. So here you see my shoe lasts, or the little anvils that were used to repair shoes, some old bobbins. But this little shoe was my dad's brother's, my uncle, when he was a little child up in the mountains of North Carolina. And I found that on the property one time when I was visiting and just brought it home with me because I love old things. So I just stuck a few leaves in there. Nice copper pot. I love a touch of copper in the fall as well. On the coffee table, a yummy smelling candle, some fall colored books. And I always like to have out the doorknobs there. They just are a touch of vintage that I like. And again, the bobbin. I put out these pillows. They're actually made from a rug. I made those. I like the texture of it, so I just used the rug for the pillow fronts. And here on this table is the group of books that we also did in a previous video. They're just wrapped together and embellished with some autumn items. And over here in this little corner, I always like to use this old frame. And I had been practicing some painting of water, rain. And so I just stuck that little thing of the artwork that I was practicing on, because I do want to have a rainy fall here in Arizona. That would be wonderful. And going into fall, my kids love this book, Cranberry Thanksgiving. So I thought I'm gonna go ahead and put that out a little early, but that's okay, it's fall. So there was a touch there. And into my kitchen. I love the stems here I got from Hobby Lobby. And those are in a stoneware pitcher. And here, just another yummy smelling candle with some wooden leaves and berries. I still left my little bunny out because I like him, even though he came out in the spring. And in this corner, just a couple little pumpkins. And then I have just some pumpkins that I have made, a little watercolor that I had painted, and some more bobbins from the old factory. And here I have another one of those applesauce cinnamon little pumpkins sitting in this nice container I got at the Goodwill. Coming up to the front door, you can see fall decor. I've changed out the rug to a plaid pillow, floral arrangements from fall decor, a pumpkin, and this arrangement with feathers and leaves, a few berries and small pumpkins. I think that is a very welcoming sight. As we go in the door, we see these beautiful berries. Well, they're really little, some kind of pods, but I just love the way they look. And then it has the repeated color up here in this artwork of a little path through some autumn trees. It looks a little foggy in the background. So right when you come in the front door, you can get that feel of fall. And then to the right is the desk with the fall colored tapers, more pumpkins, and looking in the mirror, you can see the fireplace in the background. When it's cooler and there's a fire in the fireplace, it is just so gorgeous, that reflection. I love that. But there you can see the fall decor on the mantle. Whenever I decorate, I have to live with it for a little bit before I am happy with it. I don't know if you guys are like that or not, but I will arrange things and think they look really cool, and then a couple days later, as I look at it, I decide, I think I'll tweak it a little bit and try this, and then I'll like that. So I'm not finished with my fall decor. I'm sure it will evolve as the season goes on. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you got an idea of what you want to do for your fall decor. And just remember, you can make your home your happy place. Bye-bye.